have you done your research in terms of longevity with having that? Is this something that you're going to be doing for your whole life, or is it something that people generally, come in and out of? Are you planning on doing this for the rest of your life, basically?
Well, it's certainly something I plan on continuing for the foreseeable future, at least, definitely at least until I leave university. So that's the next couple of years. Um, but in terms of longevity, there's not that many examples of people doing this diet for extended periods of time. I mean, a guy I'm a huge fan of, Sean Baker, he's been doing it for several years now. He's one of the main proponents of this diet. He's been doing it for several years, and he's a monster. He's jacked. He's huge. And by all accounts, very healthy. He gets his blood work done, and his blood lipid levels and that sort of thing are all very normal. Very healthy, within a healthy range. Because I bet you can imagine people all the time. They ask me, aren't you worried you're going to have a heart attack? Aren't you worried you're going to, whatever it is, too much cholesterol, this sort of thing. And generally the reason people get funny about this diet is because there's a lot of misconceptions about what it is you actually need to eat, what you should eat, and what's healthy and what isn't. Because, for example, for a long time, margarine and vegetable oils were promoted as healthy alternatives to animal fats, butter and lard and that sort of thing. And there's been there's a wealth of research that shows, now that those like industrial, like seed and vegetable oils, they are possibly the worst food for you in existence. They are terrible for you. The human digestive system is not built to process and digest industrially produced seed oils. Humans, for the millions of years of human existence, we've been eating meat. And we haven't been eating margarine. And so that and those oils, they cause a lot of inflammation in the gut, which can lead to all sorts of other health problems. That can lead to it's amazing. The gut health of your gut has such a wide ranging and far reaching impact on your health overall. I mean, it affects your dopamine and serotonin levels, those being the happy chemicals. If you have a really unhealthy gut, then it's likely you will have all sorts of mental health problems, just because they have such an impact on those chemicals. Sorry, I've gone off on a huge tangent here.
No, carry on. No, it's really interesting. Carry on.
Yeah, no, but yeah, anyway, my point was going to be, I certainly plan on eating in a, Paul Saladino, who's another carnivore diet, proponent. He calls it a species appropriate diet. So that's the diet that the human body has, eaten for the last, for the however many millions of years that we've existed for. And that, because that just seems to be the sensible thing to do. Because if your body isn't, your body isn't built to process a lot of the foods that we eat in the modern world. It's not built to process refined carbs. It's not built to process sugar, seed oils, whatever it is, generally the foods that taste the best, unfortunately. Because, and they cause, like I say, all sorts of wide-ranging health problems, from inflammation to, these seed oils, they're carcinogens. They raise your risk of cancer. And that's another one. That's another line that gets touted, is red meat causes cancer. And the research that, people are referring to when they talk about that is really poor. You really should look into these things, because you will find that a lot of the narratives around food, and I'm starting to sound a little bit like a little bit Alex Jones, but the narratives around the narratives around food, a lot of them exist to well, either they are just wrong, or they exist to prop up certain industries, certain businesses. I mean, the food pyramid in America was invented by the Agricultural Committee. What has the Agricultural Committee got to do with diet? And you've got to think there's a vested interest there in selling more, whatever it is, wheat and vegetables and that sort of thing, all things that aren't necessarily great for you. Anyway.
Sorry, you finish your point, and then I'll ask another question. Yeah.
I was just going to say, so on the point of longevity, it seems to me that there is, very good evidence to suggest that eating in a species appropriate way, whatever form that may take, whether it is the carnivore diet or something closer to paleo, maybe introducing some berries and some like avocado, that kind of thing. Fairly inoffensive plant foods, or whether it's just sticking purely to the animal products, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I eat a lot of like liver, that sort of thing. That's where I get a lot of my minerals and vitamins from, because that is, is important. But I certainly plan on sticking to this way of eating for at least the foreseeable future. And I'll see how I go.